Hey guys, before we hop into your video, I wanted to tell you guys about my new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of it, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a licensed therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat, and you also have the opportunity to text them in between sessions. As most of you guys know, I am also a licensed professional as well as a mental health advocate, and sometimes in these readings, very in depth topics come up that are very intricately related to mental health, and it's for that reason that I offer this resource to you guys. And if you know anyone that can benefit from them, or if you yourself can benefit from them, I suggest you take advantage of them. The information to sign up will be in the description box below, but let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Aquarius and Libra. Welcome to your end of February into March love reading. I am Princess India. If you are new, okay, and my cards are tripping. I'm Princess India if you're new. If you're family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards and see what is going on with you guys and your person of interest for the end of February going into March. Please, Spirit. Let's see what we got going on for you all. Okay, buku stuff, clearly. First card out, we have the Six of Pentacles. Then we have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Temperance. Okay, this is pretty clear to me. The first vibe I get, and this is going to be eerily specific, I get the vibe that you guys are dealing with someone. I'm not sure if it's you or if it's the person that you're dealing with. It could be y'all. You work a lot. You work pretty long hours, and your partner is feeling a tad bit neglected, feeling as if they put more energy or effort in than you do, or they're just feeling, or let me clarify that statement. When I say that they put more effort and energy in than you do, it would be a perceptive thing, not literal, but more or less them feeling that they're putting more effort into bridging the gap, in so many words. So, maybe they have more vacation time or something of the sort, and they'll take, vacation days, or, try to double up on their workload so they come home early, or so they don't have to take work home or something along those lines. And it's more or less them feeling as if you should do the same thing that they're doing, in so many words. But it's more or less, yeah, I think this literally, because this first row is Aquarius and Libra, like the energy I'm reading for you guys. But it feels more, this would be more you guys, but I say it's general, so, to each its own, wherever you fit. But it feels very much to me like it would be Aquarius or Libras that are the ones that are working a great deal, and your partner's feeling some type of way about that. Looking at the Knight of Wands as well as the Temperance card, this is kind of saying that there's a need for you to put a little bit more effort in, especially if you guys have been together for a minute, or you're married or something like that, or living together, or even if you have kids. It's like a need to kind of spice things up, because it's almost as if you guys have fallen into a routine, like stuff has gotten monotonous and humdrum. And even so, if you're not working a lot, if you're not in a position to where you're working a lot, the other way I would see this is if, things have just become very routine in the partnership, even down to the point of like sex being that way, where it's like, we do it on Wednesdays and Mondays, and, we do special stuff on your birthday. And, if things have kind of gotten to that, or it's just that you're on a basic routine of, we get off from work, we eat dinner, we don't say anything, we watch Netflix for an hour, and then we fall asleep type of deal. What it's saying that would be helpful in reference to the partnership is if things are kind of spiced up in a sense of doing something unexpected out of the ordinary, or, flirting, or, whatever the case. And that's more or less what's going to reignite the chemistry between the two of you and cultivate a sense of balance. Because it's more or less things are balanced, or at least how Libra or Aquarius are approaching things. Things are balanced in the most mundane, practical sense, meaning like, bills are paid and, things are taken care of or what have you. But when it comes to, that passion, that chemistry, or, emotional intimacy in the partnership, that is something that's lacking. But it feels for me, because you guys kind of just got stuck in a routine, or the person's perception could be that they're focusing on things that matter. You know what I mean? So if I were to put that in scenario form, it would kind of be like, hypothetically, if it's an Aquarius or a Libra male, sorry that I'm using y'all as an example, dudes, but it's the easiest thing I could think of at the moment. But it's more or less, if you think about, like, say if you have a stay-at-home wife or girlfriend or whatever, and you work. So the thought is like, I'm taking care of what needs to be taken care of, because, bills are paid. It's like, you got a roof over your head, there's food on the table, like, what else do you want from me, type of deal. And the answer to that question would more or less be the passion and the emotional aspect. And I mean, this is something that has a tendency to happen, like when people are in relationships and you have kids. It's like, once you bring kids into the picture, it's just, you're on this routine. Especially if you have small children, you're very much on a routine, But it's just suggesting that there's a need to kind of switch things up and spice things up, do something a little spontaneous or out of the ordinary to kind of get things back to the way that they were. Because I feel, in a very external, like monotonous everyday life kind of sense, things are stable and balanced. And this could very well, you know what? This is kind of reminding me of what I said last month. Wasn't I saying something along the lines of this with Libra? I think I was saying that specifically with Libra last month. Like, it was something where the partner felt kind of neglected, and or Libra was being really stern with stuff or something like that, and they weren't really seeing how them being structured or something like that was making their partner feel some type of way. It was something along those lines. Y'all let me know in the comments. I barely remember these things. But for your person of interest, the first card that they have is the Three of Wands in the reverse. Then we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Eight of Swords. That's fascinating. So here's the thing. This does remind me of what came up for Libra last month. The energy is the same. Because, like, with the Three of Wands, it's more or less your person is feeling kind of, I don't want to say jilted, but especially with these two Wands cards being side by side, it's more or less them feeling like the fire has kind of gone out. So things have kind of gotten to a point in the partnership where, and I'm trying to be careful when I say this, because the way that the reel played in my brain just now, I don't think that would be the right way to say it. It's not that, how can I say that? Because it's not that, it's like, I can't think of another way to say that. It's like, it's them feeling like the fire has gone out, or that things aren't going to reignite for the foreseeable future. But I feel like that's like how I'm hearing it in my head, but I don't really feel like it's that dire, if that's making sense. Like, it doesn't feel like, if I were to say that as a thought in a person's head, it's like they're being very dramatic, like they're being extra. Like, it's not that serious. It's just that I feel that this is a relationship that's literally hit a hiccup, but it's not anything that's that serious. You know what I mean? It's like, because I'm saying like the passion died, but it didn't really. because I still feel like that's too extreme. I can't think of another way to describe that, to meet like this sweet spot middle road of where I'm seeing it. Like, it's literally something as simple, like I'd have to put it in descriptive terms, because it's literally something as simple as like having a kid. Like that would probably be the most simplest way that I could put it to convey how serious this is not, because I'm not saying this is a situation where the passion has died in a relationship where like there's no saving it. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying. It's like the best example I could literally go with is this would be, a couple, whether you're living together or whatever, you're together, you're in a partnership, you know what I mean? And say you just had a baby like 5-6 months ago, right? So it's like you have a 5 or 6 month old newborn, in your house that's crying every night. And it's like the mom is at home with the baby, and say that usually like she used to work, right? But now she doesn't because she's at home with the new baby. And it's like the dad is going to work, right? So having a new baby and being sleep deprived, it's like your sex life kind of went out the window because it's like there's a baby that's crying every hour on the hour or something like that. I mean, maybe we should make the baby small, like 3 months, maybe 2. You know what I'm saying? Because most people are lucky. I was not one of those people who had a baby that slept the whole night. Dill did not sleep the whole night until he was 8 months old. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna get triggered. But it's like a kid that's waking up like that. And then it's like, you still got baby weight. So you're feeling some type of way about yourself and you're used to working, but you're not working right now. So it's like your confidence is kind of feeling some type of way. The dad is trying to provide. He's sleep deprived. So it's all of these external circumstances that got the couple to where they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that fun and fancy free kind of life that things like the way that things were prior to having a new baby, right? Because it's a life shift. So that's like the energy that it is that I'm feeling with that. So it's not something where, the thrill is gone in the partnership or whatever. It's just literally, I feel it's something where some dynamics have shifted. It could be financial. It could be anything. But things have kind of shifted in the partnership and like dynamics wise. And it's like the chemistry is kind of fizzled out, but it's something that could be resurrected. But there's a need for attention, time, energy, effort, and attention to be put to that. And I'm feeling that more on the side of where Aquarius and Libra's energy would be. And the person of interest is more or less, they sense that things have halted and stalled. They're not really sure why, but I feel that they're like internalizing it, if that's making sense. It's more or less them feeling that maybe, they're not attractive or, you're not turned on by them anymore. And I don't really feel that that is the case at all. And that's where I say like that whole, mom with new baby vibe. I'm not saying that's literally what it is. It could be, but that's the best example that I could use that kind of fits into this framework that I'm seeing. It's like the person is making it about them, which is similar to, I don't remember who that was. It was one of the fire signs. I don't remember if it was, I can't remember if it was Sag or, I think it was Sag. It was either Sag or it was Leo. But I'm leaning more towards Sag. But, and it was like the whole erectile dysfunction card and all that came up. But I was saying that it doesn't have to necessarily be literal, like erectile dysfunction, but more or less like a person feeling inadequate. And I can see how that would happen to like a new mom, because it's like you're feeling uncomfortable in this new body and stuff like that. So I feel that It's more or less, it's fear based. I feel honestly, and I'm just going to be real about this, I feel that on the Libra or the Aquarius side, and like, cross watchers, get in where you fit in, but on the Libra and Aquarius side, the air sign side, I feel that you guys are kind of oblivious that this is even happening, because in your mind you're just thinking logically, like, I'm going to work and paying bills or whatever, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, playing the role that I'm supposed to play, and you're either completely oblivious to what your partner is feeling, right? Or you guys are aware of what your partner is feeling and you feel that they're being kind of dramatic, or you just literally don't know, like, what do you want me to do about that type of deal? And kind of going back to what I felt for Libra last month, it's like feeling like your partner's asking for too much. It's just like, I'm doing XYZ, like, what else do you want from me type of deal? Which is, a little not being compassionate. That's a little inconsiderate, you know what I'm saying? Because it's thinking about a sense of like intellectualizing your emotions, and that's something, I feel you on that, intellectualizing your emotions and being a problem solver. So the whole thing is, it's like if your partner comes to you and is like, I'm feeling like this is this and this, you're kind of like, okay, I want to give you a solution. But it's like, if I'm not seeing where the problem is, it's like, how can I give you a solution type of deal? But the solution is literally like passion, right? It's needing to reignite things because you guys have hit like a little rut and your partner is not feeling very confident. And even with the Eight of Swords here, it's like, I'm seeing this more or less with your partner. And I mean, Libra, I don't know how, like, as a Taurus, I know I'm oblivious as hell. And I'm an INFJ, so I'm extra oblivious. Like, if you don't literally tell me what's wrong, like, I'm one of the worst people where you ever try to suggest that something is wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm like, hey, what's wrong? And you're like, I'll be like, okay, that's weird. I won't like really get it, right? So it's like, I'm not really good when you throw hints. I don't know if Libras and Aquarius people are like that. Like, I don't know if somebody doesn't literally tell you, like, I'm upset about this, that y'all would like know. I don't know if that's like a trait with you guys, but that's like what it is that I'm seeing. It's more or less, I think your partner is trying to, and I mean, it's not right. Like, I'm not saying the fact, like, if you guys do have that trait, like this Taurus over here with a Gemini rising, where it's like, if you don't literally tell me, like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with how your partner is communicating, because people communicate, differently, and I mean, they could be a water sign person, I don't see that in the cards, but it's like, I know that's how cancers are at times, where, well, not at times, it's just the way the cancers are, where it's, they go by vibes, you know what I'm saying? And it's like how people always say, like, cancers kind of expect you to know what's wrong. And it's like, I feel another water sign would know when something's wrong with a Cancer, or another Cancer would know when something's wrong with a Cancer, because they do that whole vibe thing. You know what I mean? So you could kind of sense it. But if you don't maneuver like that, or if you don't have water in your chart, it's like you wouldn't quite understand that. Like you wouldn't even get what that even is. And it's like, the thing I feel with your partner is that they're locked in their body, is how I'm seeing it. It's like they have this whole narrative that's going on with them, like in their feelings and in their head, and they may be like acting out with you, and you're confused because you just see them acting out and you're like, I don't understand what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're acting this way and I don't get it, because it's like there's no linear explanation for their emotions. It's like you guys may be perceiving it more or less like you were legit fine and suddenly you're not, and I don't understand what's happening. Like, we didn't have a fight. Like what is happening right now? But I feel that this person is very much like locked in their head and locked inside of themselves, and that's not good, because it's almost as if they're ruminating on It's like they're ruminating on what they think is going on or what they think is happening, and they don't actually really know what it is that's happening, if that's making sense. It's like they've made up in their mind what they feel is going on, and now they're just being reactionary. And the only thing that you see is that they're like shut down and reactionary, and you're kind of like, I don't get it. And you know what I'm saying? And there may be like a back step here, like a little bit of distance, because it's like, I don't get what's going on. And then that ends up becoming another thing where it's like a projection type of thing. Like them internalizing your behavior is like, now it's triggering their thoughts about themselves. And now it's like, oh, they probably don't want me anymore because of, XYZ, and because I've gained weight, or because I lost my job, or because of blah, 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 blah. And I feel like you guys don't even know that any of that is even happening. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the whole thing is that there's a need to get back on the same page. But it's like what it's looking like for me, air signs, aka Libra and Aquarius, what it's looking like for me is that you guys are gonna have to be the one that almost extends the olive branch in a sense to recalibrate balance in here, because it's like your person, they're locked in a headspace. It's like, I don't know, man, stuff went south, and it's like they made up in their mind what was happening, and they're like kind of stuck there, you know? So it's almost like I don't know if this person, and that's me just going a little too deep into this, but this, what I'm about to say, probably is not going to resonate with everyone. But I don't know if your person experienced some sort of trauma or something along those lines, like experienced some form of trauma in the past. I mean, it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be within the realm of abuse. I mean, any type of trauma, like abandonment issues or something. Because I mean, I could even see with this, it could be something as simple as Aquarius or Libra having gone on a business trip. You know what I'm saying? Like you went on a business trip and were gone for a weekend, and this triggered your partner's abandonment issues, and they instantly just went into spiral thinking. You know what I'm saying? They're going to leave me and they don't need me. Or if you graduated from school or something like that and got like a better job, it's like that triggered them, and it's like, they're going to leave me. They're not going to want to be with me anymore because of XYZ. And it's like this whole narrative is happening, and I feel you guys are oblivious to it, and it's like they are reacting. Like they're literally acting out this whole narrative in their head. And I feel that Libra and Aquarius are completely like oblivious to everything it is that I'm saying. Like you have no idea that any of this stuff is happening. The person is just reacting. But I feel that you guys may have to be the ones to create a bridge here, to kind of get them to open up, But I can see a lot of different stuff with this. I mean, rightfully so. It's two of y'all. Oh, you can ask a yes or no question, by the way. But I mean, there's an opportunity to create balance. It's just, I don't know, man. It looks almost to me like the way that you guys operate, like inner world. So, and I don't even know why I feel like I need to say this. I feel like this is going to literally end up falling into what it is that Spirit told me earlier today that I don't know what to do with yet. But it's like I feel that I need to say that this may have something to do with your moon signs. And I'm not an astrology person, so I don't really know. But it's almost like, I don't know, if you know your partner's moon sign, maybe that may give you more insight, or maybe you might want to go cross watch your partner's moon sign, like wherever you fit into this, and this may give you more insight. But it's like, I feel, and dude, this is so weird what I'm seeing in these cards right now. Like, I feel whoever resonates up here, like, it's supposed to be, my intention is for this to be Aquarius and Libra up here, but it's general, so you could fit anywhere. But it's so ironic how I'm seeing this though, but I'm feeling like the Libra and Aquarius people, or whoever would resonate with the top row, that your moon sign would be like a fire sign for some reason. If a lot of people resonate with this, I am going to laugh so hard because I've never seen this like this before. And I feel with the second row, whoever resonates here, like your moon sign would be a water sign. So it's kind of like whatever signs in your chart, because the only thing I could think of is moon, that has something to do with your inner world, you know? That would be water, because I don't know why it's like the colors in the cards at the bottom, to me right now, it looks like being like underwater, like deep under the water type of deal, you know? And then up here, all of these cards look like fire to me. So I feel like this person at the top would have a moon fire sign. The person, so that would be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And then the person at the bottom would have a moon water sign, which would be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Y'all let me know in the comments, because I've never seen that before, but it is so clear to me. Wow, okay. You can go ahead and ask a yes or no question. That's so fascinating. We have Gemini, we have Libra, we have yes, we have crush, and we have moon. Ha, that's funny. Libra, Gemini, yes, moon, and crush. And I'm going to throw some initial cards out for y'all. That is fascinating, y'all. But in the extended readings on Vimeo, I do the individual signs. So, and the reason why the air signs have Libra and Aquarius is because Gemini had the highest views from the love readings from January. So I do the single signs over here on YouTube are the birthday people. So that was Pisces. And then the people who have the highest views, and that's Gemini. But the individual sign readings are over on Vimeo. And what I do for each sign is I play out what we got here for your element, and then I play it out for you individually. And then we also look at how your person of interest thinks and feels about you. So we have the letter G. We have V as in Victor, G as in girl, N as in Nancy, and U as in uniform. And we're going to throw out some little zodiac cards before we go on over to Vimeo. We have Capricorn. Okay, what's going on with my cards today? Whoa. We have Taurus. And Gemini again. Oh, that's fascinating. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Gemini. So that has been your reading, my wonderful air signs, aka Aquarius and Libra. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going over to Vimeo, so if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.